live, George.
Oh, evening, everybody. Hope we're doing well. Happy Friday. It's been an interesting day in the world of football, but we'll analyse that. We'll look forward to the Aston Villa game. Um, chat about a couple of other stuff. Leah Williamson's latest injury. She's only been back for one full game, and the world's gone crazy. It's all over. The world's ended, but we're going to be here to try and bring a positive influence to your Friday evening. So let me introduce you to my guests. Kev, good to have you back on, mate. I know you struggled talking about that game last week. So how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm over that.
I thought we lost you, mate. Thought we lost you to the dark side. Then, like it was. I'm not ready to talk about it. But good to have you back. Laura, how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm sorry if I'm a bit distant for the chat. George has got me hard at work trying to sort out shows and stuff for him, so I will be a bit, but yeah.
Well, you are quite distant from me because you're in Scotland and I'm over in Wales. So, yeah. So, Paul, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, all good. Glad to get to the end of another week.
Yeah. And it's our first Friday show for a while, isn't it? So
yeah.
New year, new me and all that, they say. And making her debut, Catherine, how you doing?
On Tasha's finger that done that to you?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm doing good. Chat's already going and making me laugh, but you know what? Friday, end of the day for me, I called it quits. I would rather do this than sit at my desk right over there and continue working. So happy to be on first time. So you might like my stats in live instead of reading it off the chat. So
well, and just want to say hi to Darren. We won't be talking about that because we don't need to talk about you and being negative. So there you go. Let's start that. The gloves are off, Darren. Chris, I hope you're doing well, mate. I hear you're being positive as well. Like what was said, we're still champions of Europe until May, so let's focus on that. What else we've got?
We've got James. James is in
And nice one, James. Good to have you on as well. I agreed with everything. And you're James. I agreed with everything he said until he said Scotland were going to win the thing. So I think that's pushing it a bit too much.
It's just a delusional Scot thing, you know. Like we think Arsenal won the Champions League, so Scotland will win the Euros. Never ever thought Arsenal was going to win that again anytime soon, did we? So
cool. And I just
actually, it wasn't me that held the link back. George was having a little rant before we come on, so
yeah, it was me. So
first and then get sorted.
Yeah, it was me. Apologies. And Darren, be careful what you write in the chat because you might get violated for adult content. So they might think it's a complete different show. But yeah, let's get started. We'll talk about, obviously, we've got Aston Villa in the FA Cup. It's on channel. Is it Channel 4 or Channel 5?
Channel 4.
Yeah, well, unless you're Catherine, but
yeah, thank you, FA Association, and be happy that it is too early. Otherwise, colorful language would be coming out right now because you are not nice to anyone who supports really any team except for the 5 games that they're showing, strictly in the UK.
Yeah. Cool. Right, let's start. Ryan's put a little dig in about Scotland, so just in case you didn't see that, Laura, nothing new there.
That says we'll remember that when Scotland actually win a game and Ryan comes in and goes, but my granddad's Scottish, so I'll be happy for them.
He's like Joe Cole, isn't he? Like whatever team Joe Cole played for, he supported as a boy. Let's get started. All right. Obviously, going into the cup game, Kev against Villa. Obviously, we want to be winning that at Meadow Park. What's your views going into that? Do you think we'll see a similar team to Saturday, or do you think we could see a couple of changes? Well, the ones that we can make. We'll talk about the back line in a little while.
Yeah, given what's missing, I really want to see. I think the team will be similar. I don't think there'll be too much going on with it, but I just want to see a tactical change, because we've got to start scoring goals at some point. So I mean, to be fair, I think Renee's got to tell Alessia to sort of rein it in a little bit and stay more central. Stop dropping so deep, even if that means I personally would like to see Mariona playing at 10.
Yeah.
I don't know what we do behind her, really, but I would love to see Mariona playing in the 10 and wingers do winger stuff. But that's where we're missing Chloe, because her crossing is better than what any of the others are providing at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see too many changes, but
Yeah, I was saying that I thought they should at least have give Palova a chance in that 8 role, because then Mariona can play in that 10 role. I think the Frida situation, it's done it's had its turn for me. So I think I'd like to be seeing Palova 8, and obviously I agree with you, Kev. Mariona in the 10 is a no-brainer for me. Paul, obviously, there's a lot of chat about Leslie Russo, isn't there? Can you see her starting on Sunday, or do you think Renee will switch it up and start Stina, or do you think, as long as we don't see both of them playing at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, she has in the past made sort of a few changes for the cup games, but given who we haven't got available, given our limited squad, I think it'll be Leslie to start up front and then Stina to come off the bench, probably around the 60-minute mark is generally the thing. I was watching obviously the Only in the Land podcast stream it the other day, and it reminded me of the West Ham away last season when Renee made 4 subs all at once because the tactics weren't working. And I don't think we've seen that since that game. And you look at the last few games we've had, and if she gets the tactics wrong or she gets the lineup wrong, she's still not making all those changes in one hit. She's sort of one here, one there sort of thing that isn't really working. So what I'd like to see from her is get the strong team out, hopefully get a few goals early. But if we are still 0-0 at like 60 minutes, don't just do the 1 or 2 changes that we've seen for the last 10 games. Just roll the dice and just make the wholesale changes all in one hit.
Yeah. Catherine, obviously there's been a lot of chat, and in my own personal opinion, a lot of unnecessarily meltdowns, that obviously Leah Williamson is injured again. So that probably does mean Lotto and Kadina play at centre, or maybe Catley tomorrow, Sunday. Sorry. What's your thoughts, obviously, with that? Obviously, it leaves us quite short with the squad, doesn't it? But do you feel like Lotto and Kadina could do a job while obviously Leah's out and Steph has to go away?
Yeah, I think right now the way that I'm kind of thinking about this is it's the FA Cup. There was probably already going to be rotation thrown into the squad. I mean, we don't have the full depth where we can say, oh, we're going to have a cup squad and we're going to have a WSL squad. But I think we'll probably see Wubben Moy come in for Williamson. That's going to be a straight 1-for-1. I can also see Steph Catley just getting a break for the weekend as well. I mean, it's just kind of sad that we don't have any, rumors of transfers being put out there for more backfill in that position. I think it had been mentioned in previous shows that, that is one of the positions that does need backups more than just the academy. I mean, we could see, depending on how the game goes, we could see a little bit more rotation when it's time for subs to come on. But I feel like as long as everyone's happy and healthy, or at least, I should say at least everyone is healthy, I think, you know, Renee could have already been planning to start Ruben Moy and Codina. So, you know, hopefully those two can get some good minutes together on Sunday, because if Leah is out for longer term and Steph is out, I don't want to see the blunder of them two playing together really for the first time against, I don't even know when would the Aussies be leaving, like for the Chelsea game?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask when they were leaving, but
I don't know when. Let's see.
I think they're mid-February. I think we've got them for Brighton away, and then they travel straight after that.
So like, obviously, we still got them for Chelsea. You know what I mean? Like, we still have Steph Catley for the Chelsea game. This is why, like, I'm glad you said that, because this has made this meltdown that I've seen even worse now. And now I'm going on a bit of a rant. Like, come on, guys, get a grip. Like, Jesus. Like, we haven't had Leah Williamson for most of this season. She started one full game. I might be wrong, Catherine. You can correct me with that.
No, I think it was one full game.
One full game. We should have beat Chelsea at home with, I might be wrong, but a certain Steph Catley and Lotta.
Yeah.
If it wasn't turned to the referee, we would have beat Chelsea. We are going into the Chelsea game next week with a certain Lotta and Steph Catley. So, yeah, you do want your best players playing. But it's not like the world's ended or like we've just been liquidated or anything. Like, it's one injury.
But the thing is with the whole Leah thing is it's only really been confirmed that she's out for one game. It hasn't really been confirmed that she's out for a certain amount of weeks.
And if it's a calf injury, you're not watching football for a long time. You're not really out that long if it's a calf injury. Like, no one knows on here before, because this is the problem. People believe everything they read before they actually sit back and chill a bit. There's nothing to say that Renee has said, "Oh, Leah's out with a calf injury," as a precaution. No one knows that. Like, it would not be like an Arsenal manager to say, "Oh yeah, that person's out for about 3 weeks and then they start on the Saturday." Like, I could never ever guess at someone like Mikel Arteta ever doing that. Like, never. And that's sarcasm for those who don't understand that. So I think people just need to just chill. Like, this is the problem with the Arsenal fan base. They go from 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds. And it's either we're amazing, we're world beaters or everything, or the world's ended. That's where I'm at with it. And like you said, Laura, like, there's nothing to say. No one knows how bad this injury is. It could be really bad.
It could be a precaution for Chelsea. It could be just like, well, we need her for Chelsea, so let's not risk her for Aston Villa. Like, you more for Chelsea than you do Aston Villa.
So what I've seen was from Tim Stillman on his Arsblog page. Williamson is expected to be out for a few weeks, but with games against Chelsea, United, City, and the FIFA Champions Cup all on the horizon in the next 3 weeks, the timing is suboptimal, to say the least. So I think some people could be reading into that, but as George said, it's unconfirmed how long she will actually be out. She could be out for 4 days. She could be out for 3 weeks. And worst case scenario, 3 weeks would...
let's be honest, should you be having...
Would be Villa, United, Villa in the FA Cup, United in the Subway Cup, Chelsea in the league, Leicester game, which is going to get rearranged, and then it'll be the Club World Cup Championship thing.
But let's be honest, should you be... Like, I don't think... out of them games, the ones that you want to be seeing Leah Williamson probably playing is... potentially the Man United game if you needed to, the Chelsea game, and maybe the final. There's there's games there that players like Lotta and Cadena should be playing in, because it's the whole point of having a squad. I'm just not sitting here thinking that Arsenal Football Club, like, because let's be honest, they know more than what we know. The drips of information that they let out through the media. So, are you telling me that Renee, Claire Wheatley, Jodie Taylor, the Cronkies, whoever, are sitting there thinking, "Oh, hold on, yeah, let's go into the rest of the games with Leah Williamson having a bad injury, Steph Catley playing in a tournament, like not for Arsenal, but we'll be all right. We've got Lotta and Cadena." I'm not buying that, because I just not, because that's like damn right stupid. It's the 14th or the 15th of January. Like, we have still got weeks. Like, there's nothing to say that we don't go out and buy a centre half in the next few weeks. But for it to be, it's like, I was expecting people to be wearing black armbands today. That's how it felt.
I mean, I am wearing black.
Yeah,
I've got a long black
it is the away kit.
You know what I mean? So I just don't get it. Like, I understand have that meltdown or have that be that really negative about stuff if you hear that Leah Williamson's out for 6 months and you're not in a January transfer window. Like, I understand that. But it's the complete opposite. And Darren, you did have a meltdown, mate. Not gonna lie, like you did. And about Georgia Stanway, I've been banning that drum. I think we should go out and get Georgia Stanway. But
would you bring her in now, or just wait until the summer on free? Just get her to sign a pre-contract, or actually bring her in?
I'd probably get to sign the pre-contract, because then it takes that option away from any other teams. Like, we've seen it with other players, but I think the problem is it's a bit like what other teams have done. Like say in the men's game, City have gone out and got what they needed. So I think that's what Arsenal women's team may need to do now, because I just think we've been unlucky again with injuries. Like, you think, like, we wouldn't be having this conversation if Katie Reid weren't out with an ACL. Let's have that right, because Katie Reid would be playing. So
Chris has put in Darren OAP meltdown.
otherwise we're gonna have to get otherwise we're just gonna have to get a centre half from a team called Elgin. Otherwise,
Name McDonald's.
Yeah, that's right. That should be a hashtag Mel in. That could be the signing. So yeah.
If James says here, why not, like, play attacking football, go for it from the start with the full firepower up top? Like,
would you go too up top then?
This is the thing with me. We Arsenal at the moment, we're too predictable in our lineups. We're too predictable in who we're going to bring on. We're too predictable in how we're going to play. Like, we need to start finding other ways to throw teams off.
Against Villa at Meadow Park 2 years ago, we went for it from the start.
Yeah.
Steen ran less up front, and it worked.
Yep.
I think Villa would crap their pants if Arsenal put out a lineup and had it be, we're going to have 6 attackers, essentially 6 strong attacking-minded players,
and those 6 attackers still can't find a goal.
Yeah, that's the only downside, is that we are struggling to find the back of the net right now.
Yeah, no, I think, I do agree. Like, I think obviously there's ways that you could, like, so like I think people forget, obviously we have got like people like Emily Fox. Like, I know she's not a centre half. I'm not saying she is. So before everyone says, "Oh, you're saying play Fox there," but if you had a choice, it's not like we would stretch for opportunities to play, just to maybe move a couple of players around. Like, there's games that we've got that I think even if you did move a couple of players around in defence, you could still probably get through those games. So, like,
I mean, even our new signing, I think, could play in
Yeah,
I think she's played. I think she's played as a center back a couple times recently.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look and open up all of the lineups, but
Has Fox ever played centre?
no.
Okay.
Maybe in college, but
Mhm.
she's always, when she was playing in the NWSL, it was as a right back.
Yeah,
I don't
perfect
even
time to learn.
think she ever really went and played left back.
Okay. Oh, perfect time to learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, Kev, going into carrying on with the match. Obviously, you can't just go into it expecting we're going to win, because Villa, they've shown this season that they're a decent side. Obviously, they showed that against us earlier in the season. But obviously, they've got players like, haven't they, like Kirsty Hansen, and you know what Rachel Daly can do. So we've still got to put a professional performance in, haven't we?
We have, but even the game earlier in the season, it's another game that we should have won. Like I say, it just purely comes down to scoring goals. That's it. End of story. I'm not too worried about our defence, because we haven't shown defensive frailty really this season. We've been pretty solid, whoever's played there. So it does purely come down to finding the back of the bloody net, which might be a confidence thing for some of them. And we all know, whatever you do in life, if your confidence is shot, it gets harder and harder.
Yeah. And I think it's like what Luke said. And also someone else said, are we shooting from outside the box as much? And I think that was something I noticed, that we're not really doing as much. Kim done it on Saturday, but it wasn't very often that any other players do it. But why do you think they don't do that? Do you think that's the tactics from Renee, or do you think it's just a confidence issue?
It's a mindset.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's both.
Yeah. It's not really a positive mindset, is it? Like, you think, if you look at some of the goals that we score, like we've seen some really, really good goals at Arsenal, but some of them are quite predictable and the routine, aren't they? I can't remember the last time we saw someone absolutely smash a banger from right outside the box. Probably McCabe. That's how long ago it was.
He's had a couple.
Liverpool.
Or a proper one, Foxy last year against
against Spurs. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like from the midfield, for example, we're not really seeing that, are we?
Well, I think if Mariona was playing in the 10 role, we might see it a little bit more, because she did it a few times last season and scored some goals from that sort of area, but she's too deep. She's playing too far back up the pitch. She's not getting the opportunity.
But then, do you think that's where Mariona has to go into Renee and say, listen, where you're playing me doesn't suit? Like, to me, it's not working. The fans are saying it's not working. I think we need to do something about this. That's down to the players to then go and speak to the manager and say, I don't think this is working. That's essentially a player's job, to then go to maybe Kimmy Little, for her to then say to Renee, listen, the players feel like this doesn't work. And Renee doesn't seem like, you watch back that Only in the Land programme, like, it doesn't look like Renee's not an approachable manager at all.
No.
So I think if these players went and said, listen, this isn't working, we find it doesn't work, the fans find it doesn't work, then we need to change it. And that's down to Mariona, Kimmy Little, and essentially the other leaders.
The more experienced players, isn't it? Like, you'd hopefully be expecting people like Beth Mead to say that. Like, and I think that's also, when you look at it, Catherine, with Beth, she's not one of those wingers that are gonna absolutely skin the fullbacks all the time. She's more of like a creative winger, isn't she? Like, we're not really expecting her to be like absolutely pacing it down the wing and crossing the ball in. Do you get what I mean? Like, she's not the same sort as like Livy Smith.
Yeah, and I don't want to say as I was preparing for this call, because it sounds like I this is a work call. This is very much not. But I was looking at like the different heat maps of the players, and the fact that Emily Fox gets further up the pitch than Beth Mead, especially during the United game, kind of shows that Beth is there as a stopgap. She's going to hold within the same 10-meter span. There you go. I'm using the metric system for you. She'll stay within that same block, wait for the pass from either Fox or Mariona, I think would be that side. And then she just stays there and might go forward a little bit, but she's waiting for the overlapping run of Fox or for United for Smila to make the overlapping run before she just kind of stays within that bubble. And she might go into the box sometimes, but she's not the one that's pressing the opposition's fullbacks. It's our own fullbacks that are doing that.
Which I find strange, because I feel before Beth's ACL that's something Beth would have done, was took on a player. It seems
she would drive into the box like Caitlin Ford does, but not lose the ball.
Yeah, like stop taking that player on one by one.
I think she lost a bit of pace as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
After that ACL. And I think that obviously, she had to adapt her game and her wing play. Like, instead of like taking that pace, she like used to hog the wing line and like create more from there, like take a shot.
Yeah.
That'll deflect. Like, and that, I think Beth out of them all is probably one of the only ones that really does that. Like, I know I was chatting to Dorian about it, and I think he's right. I don't think Beth gets some of the credit what she deserves sometimes. Like, everyone bangs on about the people that score the goals, but we've had some really, really important goals that Beth Mead has set up, but it's like she never really gets the fault of it, because I think the genius brain that Beth Mead has as a footballer, I don't think many people would do that, and I don't think that's really spoken about enough.
I mean, she's sitting as 4 assists right now.
We talk about the final goal, obviously, in the Champions League. We constantly praise Stina for it.
That was one of the goals, but that was one of my examples. Like, that goal, like what Beth set up, it's Stina. She gets all the plaudits, and that's not me saying she don't deserve them, or Darren throws something at me out of his pram, but and any other Stina people. But I just think Beth Mead doesn't get that plaudit that she should for that goal.
Yeah.
Because I don't see anyone else doing that pass in that team, personally. It's something to put out there, but if people in the chat think that's different, but why do you guys think that it's all about the goal scorer but not the person who set the goal up?
Yeah.
Have we got any other comments, Laura?
Lucas said if you can play Catley at centre back, I'm sure Fox would adapt.
That's a good shout, to be honest. At least you won't be as slow as Catley.
Darren also said, I don't do meltdowns, wait until Stina leaves and then you wish you'll never know me.
No, there's a button on WhatsApp, Darren. I think it's called block. So it's right. So I don't really need to. That'll be when that's when I'll be going on my honeymoon for 6 months, Darren. So we'll have to, just in time for Qatar.
Can't find it. Luke also said we have fickle fans in both men and women.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. I don't think you can really change that. It's like I said, Luke, from 0 to 100 in 10 seconds, we're either the best team that's ever lived or we're the worst. So, but maybe that's just football fans, I'm not sure.
Is that before we started the show, and I said this in our chat as well, if Arsenal over the last few years has taught me anything, it's patience. So, and I said this at the start of the season, I think this season we need to go in and be a little bit patient with Arsenal, because we said that even when we won the Subway Cup, so we were fading away from things and looking like we weren't going to bring something home.
Yeah.
Like, a couple of times we brought the Subway Cup up. Well, obviously the Continental Tiles one we've brought home twice. Like, this last season we were screaming we're coming home with nothing, we came home with a Champions League. Like, we've still got the FA Cup to play for, the Subway Cup to play for, Champions League still to play for. And essentially, yeah, we've all agreed the league may be drifting away, but there's still games to play, i.e. Man United, Chelsea, like, obviously we play Chelsea again at their ground. Like, there's still a slight chance we could possibly push to the very last day. Like, you do a bit of optimism. And
The way I look at it
A lot.
is, yeah, sorry, Kev, go on.
There's a bit of optimism and there's rather a lot. I don't see City dropping points, especially now they've strengthened even more.
I see him dropping points, but not that many.
One player, Sam Coffey. So you're expecting Sam Coffey just to do everything for Man City?
No, she doesn't need to.
So
the thing with City though is I think they're losing. I think
come into teams and we've seen them fail. I.e. Gurma, we've seen them come in. We'll, like, give her that time.
There's very few players from the NWSL that have adapted well to the WSL or just to Europe in general. I'm looking here. City would have a keeper, no defenders, one midfielder, two midfielder, one forward, two forwards. They would have 5 players that would be leaving. Assuming that they all got called up, they would have 5 players that would be leaving for the Asian Cup.
The way I look at it is that,
or whatever it is, and the 2 midfielders that they're losing are very pivotal, and they just made a replacement with Sam Coffey, which I don't know who would actually get dropped when everyone is back, but that's not our problem. That's a Man City problem. So,
but the way I look at it is that people can be negative. Like, you know what, we're here. Like, everyone's opinion is welcome. Like, the people won't agree with mine. The people won't agree with like any other people. Like, you're all entitled to it. But I look at it, being an Arsenal fan, we went in the season when we had 5 ACLs. We got to the semi-finals still at the Champions League.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let's break that down for you, as Chris Jericho would say. That was a certain Leah Williamson that was out in that year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Leah Williamson is brilliant, but the whole club doesn't fall because Leah Williamson's injured. Are we weakened because of it? Yeah, of course. Like, I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? Like, of course, that's like saying, oh yeah, like, if your top players are out, you're going to be as strong. Well, you're not. So, but I think as a collective team unit, like, let's just remember this squad. Everyone says that some of these players are really, really good. Like, let's not forget that. All these people that love a bit of Katie McCabe or them sort of players, they still won the Champions League last season. Maybe this squad is good enough to go on another cup run and win a cup. All they've got to do is, obviously, we've got Manchester United. If you win that game, you're in a cup final again. Do we want to keep winning the Subway Cup? No, of course we don't, because at the end of the day, we're Arsenal Football Club. But maybe this is the start of the rebuild, giving Renee the 3-year deal. At the end of the day, you can't get rid of 9 players and bring in 9 in January. It's just not happening. So I think you just need to back the players that we have. People were moaning that Kadina doesn't get a chance, but now they're moaning that she's going to get a chance. Like, you can't win. How is Kadina meant to prove that she's good enough if she's not given that opportunity? And that's what my argument is. Do I think she's good enough? I think she's good enough to play a few games. I don't think she's a first starter, but I think she comes in as a good squad option. But
the thing is, though, but with Laia Kadina, I feel like I feel like she just hasn't been given the chance.
No, of course she hasn't.
She gets put in, she tries to get herself into a rhythm, and then taken out again. And you're just like, yeah, I get. Like I said, I do feel that games like this, Laia Kadina should be starting. This is what the FA Cup and the Subway Cup's for. Just to utilise players that don't get enough game time in terms of Champions League or WSL. Like, utilise her. Have her learn what she needs to learn. Of course, she's going to learn from the mistakes that she makes.
That's the problem, though, isn't it? Like, I think we've all seen when Kadina plays, like, she ain't no mug. Like, I think what people forget, she did win a World Cup, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, just saying that she's no mug. So, I think you see the best with Laia Kadina when she plays, like, say, 4 or 5 games, like you see with Lotte Ruben Moy. It's you have to play these players in a run of games. So
sorry, George.
Yeah.
Can I just say something to this Tottenham fan? Just remember, Thomas Frank is a silver member.
Didn't know they had women fans. Anyway, fair play. Fair play. Nice of you to join us. But yeah, like, so I think that's what doesn't really get spoke about, Paul, as well, is that, yeah, in one breath you're saying, oh, what's the point of Laia Kadina being in the squad if she don't play? Now we've come up to a reason that she has to. They're moaning again.
Yeah.
Well, that's just Arsenal fans for you, isn't it? At the end of the day. But yeah, like you say, George, she doesn't get a chance to prove herself, and I don't think it's just her. I think there's a few players over the last couple of seasons that haven't had that opportunity to have a run of games, and she's put in for a couple, doesn't do anything in particularly wrong, and then as soon as you've got a fully fit Leah and Steph, she gets dropped again.
Yeah.
So she can't win either way, really.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks for the comments about Spurs as well. And yeah, you are doing quite well this season, but it won't last, mate. So never mind. But if you want to subscribe to the Arsenal channel, that would be really helpful. Thank you. Kev, I'm going to come to you actually. If I want to talk about Borba. Obviously, Daphne's not returned yet. What do you think automatically Daphne just replaces her, or do you think like you might see Borba play a couple more games and Daphne has to kind of wait a little bit?
I think I think they'll wait until Daphne's fully fit, and I mean properly fit, because Borba, as was said from the beginning, she's had this run of games. Her confidence has gone through the roof now, and that instinct save at the weekend, she probably didn't even realise what she'd done until everybody started slapping her hands. It was a cracking save, and like I say, that does wonders for a keeper's confidence. And her confidence is right up there now. So unless she, I don't want to tempt fate, but unless she has an absolute disaster, we can't wait until Daphne's fully fit. But then obviously there is a difference in class.
Yeah.
And Daphne's distribution is also top class.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think they can wait. There's no need to rush Daphne back because look, I mean, I think this injury is probably due to all the pushing her back in particularly for the Champions League last season.
Yeah, when I was playing her when she was injured, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's aggravated this quite a lot.
Because she couldn't rely on the person that had the number 1 jersey.
Maybe she'll play at centre. Oh no, she's injured and all. Another one.
Naomi Williams, that's what she'll do. Back from loan, she'll play. She'll still be defending the goal, just not with gloves.
I did say in the chat earlier on that maybe Naomi can drop in beside Kimmy.
Yeah. Also, in the comments, they've said Tottenham high flying going to get Champions League this season. I don't think you will personally. But that's not because I'm an Arsenal fan and can't stand Spurs. I just don't think you will. I don't think you're anywhere near the top 3 teams. But you might get this Conference League thing that's going around. So it'd be nice, like in that small competition, for Tottenham to be in that. So yeah, good luck. Well, not good luck to you, but it'd be interesting though. I know this is an Arsenal show, but what do you think's changed drastically why Tottenham are actually know to play football now? So that'd be interesting. Drop that in the comments. We'll go around and get people's predictions. As I ain't seen Gav yet. Gav, come on. Don't hide on me tonight, Gav. Chelsea's next week, mate. You don't have to go and hide in yet. So we'll start with Catherine. Predictions for the game.
Why'd you have to
You're the
start with
newbie.
me?
Got to put you on the spot.
It's all right, Catherine. We don't write this one down and make it a competition, so you're fine.
I'll do that next year.
I mean, I'm always optimistic. Like I know that really no matter which attackers we put out, they all can score goals. And I always think like they can score and go out and score 3 goals. But it's Villa, and we struggled against them. Statistically, we dominated them when we played them in the league, and we had the draw. But it was a struggle. I want to see another clean sheet out of whichever keeper is there. 2-0. As long as we don't concede a set piece late in the second half and make a substitution, and then because that is what led to, I think that is what led to Villa equalizing when we played them in the WSL. We made the substitution in the 3rd minute of stoppage, and they scored the goal in the 4th to equalize it.
Yeah.
But it also goes back to we need to put it away, go 2 goals up. Don't do anything stupid.
Cool.
So 2-0.
Cool.
Long-winded answer. 2-0.
Yeah. Well, but I don't think that's going to happen, but I appreciate your comedy value in the chat. So 10-0 Villa apparently, but yeah, they might have 10 shots, but I don't know about goals. But Mark, great to see you on, mate. Yeah, I agree about the Kyra stuff. It was a class act. Some of the stuff we've done, like on the fan walk, and that was nice. I know that got back to her. So yeah, obviously we're thinking of Kyra and her family at this moment. But yeah, good to have you on, Mark. Oh, I thought you meant Kyra had 32 goals.
No.
Oh,
to honor Kyra, 32 goals.
Oh, right. Yeah, so yeah, Mark, hope everything's going all right with you out in the Oz. Right. Kev, predictions for you.
I'm going to go 3-1, but I reckon in the second half, if we can sing to Sabs and make her cry so she can't see properly.
Right. Now we've got expert opinion in the chat as well from my brother Austin, saying, "Hey, nothing but a win on Sunday." Yeah, that's what we've said. Because if we don't win, Austin, we're out. So it is nothing but a win. So that's Austin doing his best impression of Michael Owen, guys. Yeah. So Paul, are you confident going into it? Predictions? Do you think we've got enough to get through, or do you think it'll be a close one?
Well, on paper, we've definitely got enough to get through. It's just whether they can convert those chances that they just seem to be lacking at the moment. But they're back at Meadow Park. I'm sure you guys will create a great atmosphere in the North Bank, and that'll get through to the team. So I'm hoping for a sort of a 2-0 win on that. Just as long as they get the job done early, not leave it too late. But yeah, 2-0, then go into the next round, get a nice tie, and progress through the cup.
Chatham
Yeah,
Tower.
Because we know we all love Meadow Park, don't we, George?
Ah, mate, don't get me started on that. Yeah. Graveyard of football, that is. I wouldn't mind Tottenham. It'd be nice to humble them. And if we did get Tottenham, we'd get our Wilbur on the show. There you go. See? all about connections and looking forward. Laura, obviously, how are you feeling about the game? Do you think, like the other guys, it's going to be a couple of goals in it, or do you think we should dominate it, or do you think it'll go the other way?
The only thing that worries me is obviously how we adapt back to being at Meadow Park on that pitch. It seems like when we've been away from Meadow Park for a long while, we can't adapt to the tightness of the pitch. We get so used to, obviously, the Emirates where we'll get wide play, but yeah, I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. Does this one have to? This has to end, doesn't it? So it'll go to penalties. I personally think
I think it might go to extra time first. If
Extra time, I think.
penalties. For me personally, I think it'll go to penalties, and I think we'll win in penalties.
Nice.
Before that, I think it'll be a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll go to penalties because I'm not watching it on the watch-along, so that's normally what happens.
I mean, no matter what, I won't have to suffer through if they play horrific. So that is the one plus that I have.
And you won't have to go to Meadow Park.
That's a bit too far to travel.
Not like some of us. So yeah, I to be honest, I think we should have enough. I think I've been thinking like 3-1 all week, so I'm going to stick to that. I think Russo grabs a couple. The haters can hate and all that. So when she plays in that proper number 9 position, you've got Mariona in the 10. Even Barca can't stop us. So yeah. So yeah. What we'll do, guys, we'll wrap it up there. We're gonna have we'll have the watch along as usual on Sunday. So that'll be Ryan will be doing that. Laura, you on that?
I'll check and see if I'm so busy with things in the background of trying to set things up.
Yeah, cool. Catherine, will you be on there?
I mean, I might join just because, but you wouldn't get any running commentary from me yelling at players. It would just be me reacting to Ryan reacting.
Anyway, Ryan will be there. So so obviously remember to hit the subscribe button on the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Like obviously your support on there is really, really appreciated, and obviously on the Arsenal Women Chat Show and the Highbury Fans Forever. There's some good shows on there, obviously up and coming. Got a new one coming up on Highbury Fans Forever later. Some bloke called Austin Sullivan, no relation. So he is, only joking, starting his new gaming show, so definitely give that a watch and then subscribe to his channel, Sully. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? Sully Games or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, give that obviously a subscribe. We will be back on Monday, obviously hopefully reviewing another positive Arsenal win. You never know, guys. He might have a happy Darren. Don't hold your breath. We might. So if that's what you got to look forward to this weekend, guys. So yeah, so I want to say thank you to my guest, Catherine. Thank you for the first time on here. You've been absolutely brilliant, and thanks for all the stats and everything you do.
Happy to help. I will be around on Monday. Just throwing that out there.
And I say that
I'm not working. It's a holiday.
Like, you know what they say about similar to a player that we're linked with. When you're big, you're big. You know what I mean? So, just watch this space for new transfers. Kev, thank you, mate. Are you there on Sunday?
Of course.
We'll slum it. Sorry, we'll be there together. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you. Paul, thank you as well. Are you there?
No, unfortunately, I've got to work in the
He
morning.
gets away with it all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, I wish I was, but yeah, work's had to come first this week.
Is Esme there?
No, no one's there. She would if she
Alright.
could get there, but
No, that's fine.
yeah,
Cool.
it's too difficult.
And also, someone I spoke to earlier, actually, who remembers this person who wrote in the WhatsApp group before Italy were going to cause England a problem in the Euros.
Would that be Mr. Grimsby? Would that...
certain brother Grimsby is hopefully going to be back in the next couple of weeks, so that'll be good. He's got busy doing stuff with work and the Super Bowl. I don't know if he's the halftime entertainment, but but yeah. So, Jackie boy will be back soon. So yeah, Laura, thank you for everything. Like, I know it's been a bit mad this week and helping me produce. You're on overtime this week, Laura. So really appreciate it. So yeah, means a lot, and thanks to James in the background as well.
No worries. It's always a pleasure to help you with anything that you need. So I know
Cool.
Doreen's impressed with the new thumbnails that are going up. So keep it coming, Doreen. Like
Loves it.
Feedback.
Absolutely loves it. So yeah, obviously thank you to everyone in the chat. I'm not going to go through it all because I can't remember everyone's name, but obviously thank you to everyone with the continued support, and even thanks to Wilbur, the resident Tottenham fan. You put some comments in and they weren't abusive, so I appreciate it, to be honest. So yeah, thank you. Take care, everyone. Good night. Have a lovely weekend, and come on, you Gunners.